Hello students, welcome back to the channel. Today we will go through the answers to the big questions in the chapter The Rise of Empires and also check the answers to your textbook questions. First, let's look at the answers to the big questions from the chapter. First question. What is an empire? Answer. The word empire comes from the Latin word imperium, which means supreme power. An empire is formed when a powerful ruler or group of rulers brings together several smaller kingdoms or territories under their control, often after war. The smaller kingdoms kept their own rulers, but they were tributaries who accepted the emperor's authority. The emperor usually ruled from a capital, which was a major center of economic and administrative power. In ancient Sanskrit text, emperors were called Samraj, that is supreme ruler, Adiraja, overlord, or Rajadiraja, which means king of kings. Second question. How did empires rise and shape Indian civilization? Answer. Empires rose when powerful rulers expanded their kingdoms to gain fame, power, and control over resources and trade. In India, empires such as the Mauryan Empire brought political unity to large parts of the subcontinent. They reduced wars among smaller kingdoms, strengthened administration, improved trade routes, promoted the use of coins, and encouraged art, architecture, and urban development. In this way, empires played an important role in shaping Indian civilization. Next question. What factors facilitated the transition from kingdoms to empires? Answer. The transition from kingdoms to empires was facilitated by several factors. Regions with fertile land, abundant natural resources, and rivers supported agriculture and trade. Surplus food production helped maintain large armies and administration. Well-developed trade networks increased wealth, while improved administration and military strength enabled rulers to conquer and control vast territories. These factors together helped small kingdoms grow into large empires. Next question. What was life like from the 6th to the 2nd century BCE? Answer. Life from the 6th to the 2nd century BCE was marked by political expansion, economic growth, and social development. Agriculture was the main occupation, and trade flourished with the use of coins. Cities became centers of administration, commerce, and crafts. Artisans such as potters, blacksmiths, and jewelers lived in towns. Well-planned cities, roads, and communication systems developed. Religious and moral values such as dharma gained importance, especially during Ashoka's reign, which emphasized peace, welfare, and ethical conduct. Now, let's look at the answers to the textbook questions from this chapter. First question. What are the features of an empire and how is it different from a kingdom? Explain. Answer. An empire is a large political unit that controls many smaller kingdoms or regions under one ruler called an emperor. It has a strong central administration, a large army, uniform laws, taxation systems, and control over resources and trade across vast areas. Whereas a kingdom, on the other hand, is smaller in size and ruled by a king. Its authority is usually limited to one region or territory. Unlike empires, kingdoms have less administrative complexity and influence. Thus, the main difference between a kingdom and an empire lies in size, power, administration, and control over multiple regions. Second question. What are some important factors for the transition from kingdoms to empires? Answer. Several factors helped kingdoms grow into empires. Fertile land and rivers supported agriculture and produced surplus food. Trade routes increased wealth and resources. Strong armies and efficient administration helped rulers conquer and control vast territories. The use of coins and improved communication also strengthened political control. Together, these factors enabled powerful kingdoms to expand and become empires. Third question. Alexander is considered an important king in the history of the world. Why do you think that is so? Answer. Alexander is considered an important king in world history because he created one of the largest empires of the ancient world in a very short period of time. Through his military campaigns, he conquered vast regions of Greece, West Asia, Egypt, and parts of India, linking different parts of the world. His conquest helped in the spread of Greek culture, ideas, and knowledge to many regions, leading to cultural exchanges between the East and the West. Even though his empire did not last long after his death, Alexander's campaigns had a lasting impact on history, trade, and cultural interactions, which is why he is remembered as an important world ruler. Fourth question. In early Indian history, the Mauryas are considered important. State your reasons. Answer. The Mauryas are considered important in early Indian history because they established the first large empire in India. Under rulers like Chandragupta Maurya and Ashoka, a vast part of the Indian subcontinent was brought under one central authority. The Mauryan rulers developed a strong administrative system to govern such a large territory and paid attention to trade, revenue, and economic management. Emperor Ashoka is especially remembered for his edicts through which he spread ideas of dharma, moral values, and concern for the welfare of people and animals. The Mauryan Empire laid the foundation for future empires in India, which is why the Mauryas hold an important place in Indian history. Fifth question. What were some of Kautilya's key ideas? Which ones of these can you observe even today in the world around us? Answer. Kautilya's key ideas were to maintain a strong and efficient administration, to keep law and order, ensure the welfare of the people, collect proper taxes, maintain a strong army for defense, uphold justice, and control corruption. His idea of governance through laws, officials, and public welfare can be seen even today in modern governments, administrative systems, and anti-corruption measures. Next question. What were the unusual things about Ashoka and his empire? What of that has continued to influence India and why? And you have tried to answer in about 250 words for this question. Answer. Ashoka was unusual among ancient emperors because he gave up violence after witnessing the destruction caused by the Kalinga War. Instead of ruling only through military power, he chose the path of peace, non-violence, and dharma as taught by the Buddha. He openly admitted his mistakes in his edicts, which was rare for kings of his time. Ashoka communicated directly with his people through edicts engraved on rocks and pillars across his empire. These edicts promoted moral values such as kindness, respect for elders, tolerance towards all religions, and concern for people and animals. He appointed officers to ensure justice and fairness and worked for public welfare by building roads, wells, rest houses, and medical facilities. Many of Ashoka's ideas continue to influence India even today. His emphasis on non-violence inspired leaders like Mahatma Gandhi. The lion capital of Sarnath became India's national emblem and the Dharma Chakra appears on the national flag. His stress on tolerance, ethical conduct, and welfare remains relevant in modern democratic governance. Because of these qualities, Ashoka's empire was different from other ancient empires that relied mainly on conquest and force. His rule showed that an empire could be governed through moral values, welfare measures, and concern for people rather than fear. This is why his ideas have continued to influence India even after many centuries. Seventh question. Thus speaks the beloved of the gods, the King Piyadasi, my officers of Dhamma are busy in many matters of public benefit. They are busy among members of all sects, both ascetics and householders. I have appointed some to concern themselves with the Buddhist order, with Brahmins and Ajivika, with the Jains and with various sects. There are many categories of officers with a variety of duties, but my officers of Dhamma are busy with the affairs of these and other sects. After reading the above edict of Ashoka, do you think he was tolerant towards other religious beliefs and schools of thought? Share your opinion in the classroom. Answer: yes. Ashoka was tolerant towards other religious beliefs and schools of thought. The edict shows that he respected all sects, including Buddhists, Brahmins, Ajivikas, Jains, ascetics, and householders. He appointed officers of Dhamma to look after the welfare of followers of different sects. These officers worked for the public good and paid attention to the affairs of various religious groups. This shows that Ashoka believed in religious tolerance, harmony, and peaceful coexistence among different beliefs. Next question. The Brahmi script was a writing system that was widely used in ancient India. Try to learn more about this script, taking help from your teacher wherever required. Create a small project and include what you have learnt about Brahmi. Answer: project on Brahmi script. The Brahmi script was one of the earliest writing systems used in ancient India. It is considered the mother of all modern Indian scripts because many regional scripts developed from it over time. The script was mainly used to write Prakrit and Sanskrit. The word Brahmi comes from Brahman, as it was believed to be script used by learned people. It was widely used during the Mauryan period and many of Ashoka's edicts were written in Brahmi. These inscriptions were engraved on rocks, pillars and walls to communicate important messages to people across the empire. Brahmi is written from left to right. It has letters for vowels and consonants. It was used for official inscriptions, religious texts, and administrative purposes. Importance: learning about Brahmi helps us understand the history of writing in India. It also shows how ancient rulers communicated with people and recorded important events. Today, many Indian scripts like Devanagari, Tamil, Telugu, and Kannada have evolved from Brahmi. The Brahmi script played a major role in preserving history, culture, and administration in ancient India. By studying it, we can learn how people wrote, communicated, and recorded knowledge thousands of years ago. Ninth question. Suppose you had to travel from Kaushambi to Kaveripattnam in the 3rd century BCE. How would you undertake this journey and how long would you expect it to take, with reasonable halts on the way? Answer: if I had to travel from Kaushambi to Kaveripattnam in the 3rd century BCE, I would use the travel methods available at that time. Most long-distance journeys were done by boats or ships along rivers and the sea. As roads were limited, while land travel could be done on bullock carts or on foot. Since the journey could take several weeks or months, I would carry food, water, and other essentials. I would also rest at towns, riverbanks, and shelters along the way to recover and ensure a safe journey. By using a combination of river and land routes and taking reasonable halts, the journey would be long but possible, just as travelers in ancient India managed their trips. Alright students, that's all for today. We have gone through the big questions and the textbook questions from the chapter The Rise of Empires. Try to write these answers on your own and don't forget to revise them regularly. I hope you found it easy to understand. If you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching. We will see you again in our next video. Bye bye.